Alrighty, so we are recording now. We'll go ahead and get started. Today we're talking about customer retention, and I know last week we covered basically everything as like a broad spectrum, but I want to go every single week and just really hone in on like one thing. And I think something that a lot of us have been doing, especially with this bonus coming right now, we've all been really pushing mini experiences, which is great. Like that's what we should be doing because that's a great way to get people interested in the product, gives them a cheaper or free option to get started and see how it's going to do for them. And then hopefully that turns into an order, right? But we can't just like cross our fingers and hope that it turns into an order. We need to stay organized. We need to do certain things to make sure that those turn into an order. And a part of doing that is using like the system like I use. Again, everybody's system is going to be a little bit different. Don't feel like you have to do exactly what I do, but having a system for your mini experiencers is a vital part of customer retention because it starts that expectation with them that you are going to be a part of this journey with them right out the gate. Right? You don't want to just hand somebody a mini experience and then ghost them and disappear. Right? So we want to make sure that we're writing them down. I keep my mini experience notebook. I have literally every mini experience that I've ever done. I have 3 notebooks over here full of all of the mini experiences that I've ever done, sending them like free products outside of the mini experience. I always write down so I know what they have tried. I write down their name, their address, what they wanted in their mini experience, how long it was, and how much it costs. So if they got a free 2-day mini experience, I'm going to write Miss Osborne, which is one of my customers that came yesterday and picked one up. Miss Osborne, 2-day mini experience. She got it with vanilla shake. It was a free mini experience for her. And then that's what it has written in there. As she does her mini experience, I am making sure to stay in touch with her the entire time. And I set up that expectation before they ever even create their free customer account or get their mini experience from me. Like I let anybody know whether they are paying for a mini experience or getting it for free, that it's not just here's this product and go. It is, you need to stay in touch with me so that I can help you troubleshoot if you're having any issues. And if you are feeling amazing, I want to celebrate with you. You're going to create your free account. If you do not create your free account, you do not get a mini experience. Plain and simple. That's just the way that I do it. I do not give a mini experience to anybody who has not created their free account. If they already have an account with another active promoter, they are absolutely positively not getting a mini experience from me. Now, a really good way to make sure that people aren't, sorry, my phone's ringing. A really good way to make sure that people aren't promoter hopping because you have a deal on your mini experiences or you have them for free is to have them create that account. If they can't create the account, that's because they already have an account, right? If their email is not working, they're already signed up underneath somebody, right? And our team is all pretty much located in the same place. So a lot of our mini experiences come from the same places, and it's pretty easy to see if somebody has an account, right? We could just like, I can go in for all of my people on my team that are in Tennessee. I can go into my back office. I can type in the customer's name and be like, they already have 4 accounts. Like they don't need a mini experience. They've already had 4 at least. Like they don't need to do that. You know what I mean? So that is a very big stipulation for me, is that you must not have a account with another promoter. And then I also let them know that I would really appreciate them making at least one post during their mini experience tagging me. It could be something as simple as just posting a picture of the mini experience and saying, hey, I'm excited to try this, and tag me in it. That is a requirement for me. If you can't do that, then you're not going to be able to thrive for free, right? So if like there's obviously extenuating circumstances sometimes whenever people like legitimately can't post about it or they can't talk about it, and that would be something that I would take into consideration. But that is one of the things, like whenever I send my message to them, it always says the same thing. I need you to stay in touch with me. I need you to create your free account, and I'm going to need you to post and tag me at least one time during your mini experience. You will find out very, very quickly if that's going to be somebody that is going to make like a unicorn type customer where they're okay with posting, they're okay with talking about it, they're okay with getting their referrals, things like that. Or if it's going to be somebody that is, you're going to have to be like pulling teeth to get customers from them, right? And we don't want to have to, while I'm all about stacking customers, we don't want to have to give every single one of our customers both of their referrals. That's not okay. That's a lot of work on us, and they should be working to get their free referrals or their thrive for free. They should be working to get their referrals themselves. So once I send out the mini experience, I have them written down, they've created their account. I will keep an eye on the tracking. I use stamps.com for all of my shipping so that I can just easily log into my computer. I can go to my print history and I can just click the button and I can track their shipment. I will write down in my planner when they are supposed to be getting, like I literally will just jot it down on the bottom of the day when they are supposed to be getting their mini experience so that I know, hey, Susie's getting it on this day, Miss Osborne's getting it on this day, this person's getting it on this day, because the mail to different areas runs at different times, right? You want to know when you are supposed to start checking in with people. Now, again, remember, we've set the stipulation that they have to check in with us the entire time. I also put a card in the mini experience that says, let me know the second you get this so that I can give you instructions. I include instructions in my mini experience. We've already gone over the instructions before I've shipped out the mini experience, but I want to verbally be able to tell them, this is how you do it. Don't forget, put your DFTs in the freezer, no extra caffeine, make sure you're drinking plenty of water, all of those things, right? But again, we can't count on them to listen and follow those instructions and message us when they get it. So I always like to keep an eye on the tracking so that I can reach out to them the day that I see it was delivered. I just send a super short message. Hey, I saw your mini was delivered. Are you so excited? They're either going to message me back and say that they are, or they're going to not message me back at all. You know what I mean? Like, and then again, that is a very big clue as to what type of customer they are going to be. You don't want to sit here and have to waste your time over and over and over and over and over with somebody that won't even return your message. If you got to that point, like if they didn't create their customer account, you never should have given them a mini experience in the first place. But if they refuse to create their customer account, they're refusing to answer your message whenever you're asking about their mini being delivered. They're not going to answer your message whenever you're asking them, hey, how are you feeling? Hey, did you have any extra caffeine today? How's your water intake? If they're not answering those questions, you are learning very, very quickly, these are not your people. These are not who you want to invest your time in as a customer, right? We're not in the business of begging people. So once you have gotten several minis out during the week, set a goal for yourself, however many you feel like you can handle, those daily check-ins and all that stuff. Once you've gotten them out throughout the week, make sure that every single day you are checking on them multiple times a day. If they are not voluntarily messaging you already and saying, hey, I'm feeling this and it's great and I love the shake and all this stuff, ask them. Reach out to them whenever you have a free moment and just say, hey, how'd you like your shake today? If they're saying that they're feeling jittery, remind them to drink plenty of water. Ask them how many ounces of water they have had. That way you're getting a true answer to whether or not it's enough, instead of them just saying, oh yeah, I've had plenty of water and they've only had 10 ounces. Make sure that you are checking in on them every single day throughout the mini experience. And usually around day 3 is when I start to approach people with like, hey, I have this deal going on, or the company just launched this promo. That is usually the perfect day for them to have felt something substantial enough for them to say, I want to continue doing this. It's also the perfect day for them to order, because it usually, not during COVID times, usually takes 3 days for a package to get wherever it's going. So if they're ordering on day 3, it's pretty safe to assume that they are going to get their product the day that their mini ends or the day after. So they're not going to have to go a week without their product and all this stuff, right? So approaching it on day 3 usually has really good results for me. Again, I always approach it with some sort of deal, even if it's just giving them their money back for the mini experience. Hey, you paid $25 for this mini experience. If you're ready to order, I'm going to give you $25 in credits. Or you could even just give them their cash back, like save that cash, don't spend it. And whenever they're done with their mini and they're ready to order, send them that cash back. Be like, hey, thank you for, doing your mini experience and sticking to what we agreed on and ordering your month's supply. I want to give you your money back. Katie, you got a question?
I do. Okay, so I have someone who did a mini experience with me. They then ordered their 4-week supply. Her mom and her mom's boyfriend, they both did a 6-day mini experience. How do we I'm trying to help her to help them, if that makes sense, because they're obviously not comfortable with me. They don't necessarily know who I am. You know what I mean? I've known her forever, but how do I'm trying to coach her, because I obviously can't just talk to them. You know what I mean? How do you guys how do you still check in? I'm still the one that's mailing the mini experiences. I'm still sending a card, tips and tricks, just like you, with my name and phone number on it. If they have questions, they haven't obviously reached out to me at this point, but they are reaching out to their daughter. And so they're still talking and I'm talking to her, but like
The
how do
number
you do that exactly?
the number one thing that you can do is as soon as she brings somebody that says they want to try mini experience, you need to have her put you in a three-way chat with them. As soon as that line of communication gets broken, everything starts to get fuzzy, right? You risk the chance of them not taking the product correctly because again, she's not a promoter. She's, you know what I mean? She's been doing this for 5 seconds. You've been doing this for 5 minutes. Like we need that line of communication to stay open. So I would just encourage her to start a three-way chat, whether that's via text message or on Facebook Messenger. And if they are refusing to do that, I would send voice clips to her every day asking her like, hey, can you check on your mom and dad, find out how they're feeling, and then have her tell you how they're feeling, just like me and you kind of did with your mom. Whenever she tells you how they're feeling, then you'll know how to troubleshoot. So if they're feeling jittery, you already know how to handle that. You can send her a voice clip walking her through what to tell them, how to handle it, right? But it's going to be far easier for everybody involved if she can just get you in a three-way chat with them. You don't have to sit there and like message them every single day and hound them, but then you have the means of communicating with them yourself and you can help troubleshoot those issues. And that's going to be like, that's like the best way to have customer return, right? And that's what we're working on is customer retention here. We want to keep bringing these people back and keep them ordering. The only way, like, let's say that they love their mini experience and they order their month supply, but halfway through their month supply, they start feeling something that they're not a fan of. If they haven't been in touch with you, they're not likely to tell her, hey, I'm not feeling this anymore. I'm not going to do it anymore. You know what I mean? Like usually when people stop thriving, they just stop. They don't tell you that they're going to stop. You want to have that communication with them. That way you can troubleshoot that. I'm doing a meeting. Can you go, please? Not right now.
I think I'm going to live and learn from that one because I should have done that like originally. Now they're on the end of their mini experience. And like I've been checking in with her every day during their mini experience just because for whatever reason, people in my area are scared of even a three-way text chat. You were not even in person, people. Like, I don't understand why, but they just are. So if that's whatever I need to deal with, I guess so be it. But so I never had that three-way chat. And now today I checked in on like her last day and I thought for sure those were going to be two people and they did the mini experience with the sculpt patches. And then she responded and said, hey, I chat with my mom. She said that she really, really liked the results, but right now it's just not affordability. But she's like, she decided that if they wanted to just do another boost again, they'll probably just pay for a mini experience. Well, I probably could have completely gone around that conversation or like helped overcome that. But because I wasn't ever like in the mix, and I need to figure out how to like get around that. And I feel like that's one of my struggles right this second.
So it's definitely not too late to get involved in that conversation. Just let her know, hey, we have lots of ways that we can save the money on this, right? Get me in a chat with your mom. Like I know that she's scared to do it, but I'm not going to bite her. Like I want to be able to talk to her about the different ways that I can help her with the price factor. And the second thing that I'm going to say to that, never, ever, 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 ever in the history of ever do a second mini experience. Ever. There's zero reason to do a second mini experience. A mini experience is meant solely to show somebody how the product works, how easy it is to fit into their day-to-day schedule, and they have zero reason to need a second one. You already know how it feels. The only exception to that rule would be if they did a mini experience with Black Label and it was too much and they weren't going to order unless you let them do a mini experience with like the regular one so that they could see that it wouldn't be too much. That would be the only time that I would give somebody a second mini experience. That's wasting your product. That's wasting your time. That's wasting your resources. You should not ever have to pack up a second mini experience, waste your packing material, and send another mini experience out. That's pointless. If they are wanting another mini experience, that is now $72 that they have wasted on mini experiences that they could have put towards ordering a month supply and having that 30-day supply in the first place. It makes no sense on their end. It makes no sense on your end, and it's just wasteful. So I would just try really hard to get her to understand that a conversation with her mom is going to benefit her and her mom. Like, you're not going to lose anything by not getting this person to sign up as a customer. You already didn't have them as a customer. You know what I mean? So it's only going to benefit her and her mom, and it's something that needs to happen. Krista said, I have when they're waiting on their supply to come in. Yes. So like if there's like a big delay, something like that, and they need extra product, absolutely. But for somebody to just be like, oh, I don't know if I'm really sold yet, or I don't want to spend the money on the month supply yet, so I'm going to get a second mini experience. No, zero. Like, I love you, but no, I'm not going to give you another mini experience. I'm sorry. And that's just, I mean, that's how again, everybody runs their business a different way. I am not your boss. You run your business the way that you want to run your business. But from my personal experience, zero benefit from sending them a second mini. It's only like hurting yourself. So make sure that you keep all of those things in mind in the background. Like we get real excited because we want to get a new customer and we're just thinking, oh, this is going to be a mini out. This is going to be a mini out. But there's a lot of things in the background, like the packing material, the time to ship, the cost of shipping that you're eating. Now you've eaten it twice, right? Because we don't charge them for shipping. All of those things come into play. Another really, really, really good part about having a notebook where you keep all of your mini experiences and marking who they're under and all of those things, like you would put in your mini experience notebook that these 2 mini experiences were underneath that customer, right? This gives you like a book that you can immediately open anytime there is a promo or you're launching a personal promo. You can reach out to these people and let them know, hey, I have this deal going on or this promo going on, and you had your mom and your dad do a mini experience. They never ordered. Would they be interested in ordering now since they're going to be getting, 30% off of their order, or they're going to be getting this amount of credits or this free product, or whenever BOGO comes back around, hey, do you want to buddy up with your mom and you guys can both get double your order for the cost of 1 month? You know what I mean? So keeping a notebook specifically like handy where you can grab it at any point in time gives you a list to pull from anytime they launch something, which has just been super, super helpful for me. That's always the first thing that I grab anytime they launch something. Yes, my kids in the background, it's never ending. What? Something happened to a toilet. I told y'all not to use that bathroom. Is it overflowing again? Great. Okay, guys, I have to go. The toilet is overflowing. I love you all. And next week we will do another customer retention meeting and I'll talk about something else. I hope you all have a great day.
You're doing tonight's also, don't forget.
Yes, and tonight's too. Yes.